Welcome to my Turning Point video for Mastery, Personal Development, and Leadership. My name is Renata Bangs. I am a Full Sail alumnus and I graduated in 2021 with my BFA in Creative Writing. In this video, I'll be referring to our reading from Mastery, a book written by Robert Greene. One of the most profound statements that I read in Mastery is a quote by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, a writer from the late 18th and early 19th century, who says, "The misery that oppresses you lies not in your profession, but in yourself. What man in the world would not find his situation intolerable if he chooses a craft, an art, indeed any form of life, without experiencing an inner calling?" This brings me to the beginning of my journey to become an author. I was born into a house of addiction and abuse, and along the path I discovered the art of escape through reading and writing. In the 5th grade, my teacher, Mr. St. John, sent me to a young authors conference, and from then on, I developed a dream of becoming a writer so that I could tell the secrets that haunted my family. One of Greene's first strategies for finding your life's task is to return to your origins. Fast forward to 2018, when I embarked on a new life path. I left the old behind and discovered freedom for the first time in my life. Without the understanding or support from friends and family, I decided to attend school and return to my origins. I found a spark that I hadn't had in many years. It was a struggle. Although I had not yet read Mastery, Robert Greene's words resonated with me at the time. In order to master a field, you must love the subject and feel a profound connection to it. Your interest must transcend the field itself and border on religious. Self-confidence and a bit of ADHD have propelled me in many directions. I have written short stories, poetry, and started a novel, but none of these things grabbed me at the heart. Robert Greene discusses occupying the perfect niche in Mastery. He says, the game you want to play is different. To instead find a niche in the ecology that you can dominate. It is never a simple process to find such a niche. It requires patience and particular strategy. In the beginning, you choose a field that roughly corresponds to your interests. I found that returning to my origins made me realize that the whole idea of becoming a writer was to tell a story, but ultimately it was to help other women and children and expose an awful existence that many are trapped in. My niche, my passion, my reason for writing will fall in some way to spreading the word about abuse, addiction, and domestic violence. Another strategy that Greene discusses is avoid the false path. After graduating, I found myself lacking confidence and my mom's illness to be a perfect excuse not to try. Instead of using my education to launch my career, I became my mom's caregiver. I stayed with her until her passing. Along that path, I found myself trapped and following a false path. A false path in life is generally something we are attached to for the wrong reasons: money, fame, attention, and so on. Greene says, to avoid the tragedy of watching my mom slip away day after day, I enrolled in a master's program for education. I occupied my mind with the idea of getting a real job, and I made good grades. But the moment that I stepped into the classroom for student teaching, I realized this is not the path I want to be on. I want to write, not teach about it. Another strategy Greene discusses is let go of the past. So I would spend the remainder of my time with my mom, questioning everything in my life. I found a profound guilt that I couldn't finish the book my mom wanted me to finish. I couldn't get past the idea that I was letting her down. She passed without reading the rest of the story, and I haven't been able to continue writing it. Greene addresses this in the strategy of letting go of the past. He states, you are not tied to a particular position. Your loyalty is not to a career or company. You are committed to your life's task, to giving it full expression. It is up to you to find it and guide it correctly. It is not up to others to protect or help you. You're on your own. What a blow to read this during all of my uncertainties, because my mom was the one and only supporter that I've had following this dream, and now she's gone. I am on my own. Life has changed a lot over the last 7 years, and yet I find myself wanting to see my life task more than ever. I have quit my job and taken on more debt to achieve something greater. Greene states that in Mastery that one strategy for finding my life's task is to find my way back. The way back requires sacrifice. You cannot have everything in the present. The road to mastery requires patience. The process is getting here. However, is full of challenges and pleasures. Make your return to the path a resolution and set for yourself, and then tell others about it. This is my resolution, and I am telling all of you, I'm on my way back to getting started to what I started so many years ago with a little girl and a dream and an ambition. This video's purpose is multifaceted. I have presented a look into how I got here, and in that information, I have also given you a few turning points in my life. But the ultimate turning point in my life has to be losing my mom. As I stated before, my mom was my biggest fan, and losing her had a huge impact on my life. I wanted to give up because she was no longer here to push me forward and believe in me. I tried to forget all about my dreams because they didn't seem to mean as much anymore. But her voice in my head will not allow me to give up. Instead, I have changed my perspective. I am no longer seeking my life task for her. I will not chase my dreams with any predicted outcome. And I am doing this for me, not for my girls, not for my grandkids, not for anybody else. This is what I started out to do, and this is what I want to do to fulfill my dreams. I'm also setting SMART goals to achieve this. In attending my life's task, my first goal is to find support. Whether that's support at Full Sail or whether I have to ask somebody for my life if they will just support me and read the things that I write, then I need that support, because without it, my journey's going to be a lot harder. My second SMART goal is to finding a niche and accepting that my niche may be a little off. Looking for that niche that lets me scream from the top of my lungs that this is what I was put here to do. And it's unfortunate, but there is still a lot of abuse and drug addiction and domestic violence that is out there. And if I can give a voice to overcoming these obstacles, if I can provide a place for people to go, then I will have achieved my life's task, regardless of the monetary, regardless of the fame. I don't care about any of that. I need to get back to what I started, and that was to help people. In wrapping up, I will leave you with these words from Robert Greene. Do not dream or make grand plans for the future, but instead concentrate on becoming proficient at the simple and immediate skills. This will bring you confidence and become a base from which you can expand to other pursuits. Proceeding in this way, step by step, you will hit upon your life's task. And that is where this class is starting me out on a whole new journey. Thank you for your time.